All right, here we have it, the Bonnell 775 MX. This is gonna be an unboxing, and I'm gonna set the bike up, get it together and everything. This is the fastest mountain bike that you can buy currently. Just for reference, so this might be useful to a lot of you guys that are getting into the e-bike world, the PEV stuff. So I come from all the fast things. I've had the eride Pro SR, I've had a Stark Varg, I've had all the big bikes, the fast scooters, everything. Like I'm one of those ones who loves like all the fast, just crazy adrenaline pumping things. So I ended up selling my eride Pro SR. I had the Tevron 7260R, if you guys look at the previous video, which is like one of the fastest electric scooters in the world. And I decided to just get rid of those, and I went to get something new for 2026. I was gonna get a new e-dirt bike, but I was waiting for the new eride Pro to see what they're gonna come out, because those guys are always the game changers. They always wait till everybody else puts their things out, and then they kind of, boom, here's ours.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
So I was waiting, but they're kind of taking too long. And I said, you know what? I kind of want to get into mountain biking, and the best one to get, Bonnell 775 MX right now. Mountain biking is very expensive. If you're trying to get a decent bike, just to get into sport, you know, in the hobby, I say around $2,000, $2,500 to get you a decent bike. But there's, you know, bikes that are $8,000, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 and up for a mountain bike, which is insane to me. And when I got into the sport, anytime I get into any hobby, I feel like the best thing to do is you get in the medium range. Don't ever get into the low range, because you're gonna get the worst experience. Don't get into the high range, because that can cause you to have the worst experience, because if you buy too much money and you don't enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? Or if you get the lease and then this thing breaks on you. So you always want to get in the middle of the experience so that you can kind of get a high-end thing and get a little bit of experience. But I went crazy. Long story short, here we are, the Bonnell 775 MX. Sheesh. Got everything in here packaged up very well. Tire, bike's all conditioned up. Got these heavy duty like foam things to help protect it, I guess.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Woo! In the box, you get a air pump. And I believe if you want to go tubeless, there's some tubeless like valves here, stuff like that. I believe this is the front fender. I think so. I went ahead and ordered a rear fender off Amazon. So I got this right here. I'm going to install. I recommend anytime you guys order a bike, scooter, anything offline, whatever, go ahead and order your mods. Whatever you plan on. Whatever you plan on doing to your bike, just go ahead and try to get most of the stuff that you're gonna have to put together in the first place. Go ahead and get it done. So Bonnell, they include these nice pedals and a little tool set. I went ahead and ordered my own set of pedals because I wanted to upgrade them. I got a little theme that I'm trying to do on the bike. A little front plate here, which I'm gonna be wrapping in carbon fiber. And I believe I have some lights, speaker mount, all that little stuff. Just gonna go to the Bonnell app, and then should connect to the bike here, right there. Boom. Now we got all our spaces. We can change each mode. We're in race mode right now. Street mode, as you can see, it changes on the screen. You might not be able to see. You can see like that. Each mode changes right there. Shows your voltage level, battery, RPMs, ETC, everything you need to know. I believe you could change the, yeah, look at all the information you can see on the screen there. Pretty crazy how much info this little screen can show, and then you got different screen levels. Apologize about the lighting right now. Fresh garage, so I'll have the LEDs, those little hexagon lights, and better lighting in here for now. But we just got this thing set up. Had to go to the gym for a little bit. I did put the bike to charge. It was at about 43% when I received it. Put it on the charger before I went to the gym. I've been gone maybe, say like 3-4 hours, and it's fully charged. So charge is pretty quick. I got my rear fender on the bike, got the rear light on the bike, and I had ordered this little stand off of AliExpress. And of course, it's too small.
Bullshit.
You know, these bikes don't come with kickstands, so kind of hard to find something to keep the bike upright. I thought that little pedal stand was gonna work, but it's too short, so I have it kind of mounted on a box right now. And then got my little phone mount on there, headlight. I definitely wanna get a different headlight. I do wish the Bonnell bikes came with headlights, at least not worried about a tail light, but at least a little front light. I mean, these bikes are gonna be used pretty well and hard, and people know that they trail ride at night or ride them around the neighborhood at night, so a front light would have been nice to put on this. Dropper post is nice, works very well. I do want to change the seat out to something that's gonna blend in with the little touches that I'm gonna add. But for now, that seat seems pretty good. Like I said, we do have the new coil shock shorter cranks, so the shorter cranks might be a reason why that doesn't fit, but got the front fender on. I think I'm gonna adjust some of my controls a little bit better to suit how I wanna ride the bike. But I'm not gonna talk too much. Got some little decals that I need to add onto the bike. Give it a little pop, a little taste of what I like to do. Pretty much done for tonight with the decals. Got them all added up on there. One of my favorite colors is like that neon yellow to accent off the bike. So I got my front little number, and I wrapped this in carbon as I said earlier. But one of the nicest things about this bike is the quality. This thing is amazing quality. Like, you get these little tags off the seat, get this little tag up here with like instructions on how to operate the bike or whatever. Makes you want to leave those on just because how high quality that is. The shock, extremely well built. Every nut and bolt on this bike is pretty much torque spec'd. Definitely gonna have to get a bike stand because the little pegs, that's not gonna work. Using the tire right now to hold the bike up. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the bike out right now, just see how it feels at 100%. And then tomorrow when it's sunnier out, I'll grab the camera and we'll do our first official ride on this thing, and we'll see how it works. Try to get some footage real quick. Right now I'm in mode 0, just pedaling, no motor assist. That's the cool thing about this bike. You can put it in mode 0 and the motor pretty much won't kick on. So right now I'm just pedaling 9 miles an hour. But I think once you get to about 10, 12 miles an hour, the pedals become like ghost pedaling. So now we're gonna up it. Mode 1. Now this is just all pedal. Then you can throttle it. But once you touch the throttle, pedaling is pretty much just obsolete at that point. That's the only thing I will say, is once that throttle is applied, you might well forget about pedaling. Mode 1 feels good power-wise. Let's hit this little sidewalk here. Yeah, once you're up to speed, pedaling is kind of dumb. Now, how does it compare to like a eride Pro, Talaria, Chiron? In a way, I think it's the perfect prime example of when people say it's right in between both. When they say it's definitely in between both, it definitely just feels like that. It's hard to explain why, but it just feels like, it doesn't feel like an eride Pro because it doesn't have as much torque in the takeoff like those do. Like this one is, let's go to mode 3. See, like you can fully twist the throttle and the front wheel will like lift, but it won't hit a wheelie unless you force it to hit a wheelie. So that's one of the things to think about when you're switching over from like one of those bigger bikes. Like right now, 20 mile an hour on the eride Pro SR or the Varg. If I was to pin that throttle, it'll still lift that wheel up and send me into a wheelie. But on this bike, it seems very controlled. You know, I see a lot of people, they're amazed about the power and all of that. It's fine, but when you've had like super high powered bikes, it's pretty much nothing. I would definitely recommend it. It feels good. It feels like that perfect branch in between both. You know, you can easily just pop it up. It does have the torque for that. So let's not get it twisted. All right. So is the Bonnell 775 something that I think you guys should buy? I'll definitely say yes. This bike is definitely the bridge between e-motos, dirt bikes, things like that. This is sick. Definitely feel like it could use more power. I feel like the sweet spot for like an e-bike or anything that can go on the road is about 50 mile an hour. I feel like 50 is like the good spot where, you know, this thing should be able to do 50 from out the box so that you can cruise at 30. Because when you're at 30, you're pretty much max speed, and that's how your battery drains out. But you are limited with the battery size and stuff like that. But bike's definitely sick. So would I recommend this bike? I surely would. I think this thing it's insane. Like once I did a little off-roading and hopped off the road, yeah, you can definitely feel why this bike is what it is. The name that it gets, the suspension is crazy. Like, this is sick. Definitely a badass bike. I mean, I'm stupid. Let me get it out of the modes real quick before the throttle end up just spinning on me or something. But stay tuned for the next couple videos. I got a cool bike shop that I want to take you guys to, and check out some badass bikes. I got to take this thing over there and let the guy see it so that he can check it out. And then we got some car content coming as well. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button. Peace out.